Welcome to Bandit's Keep Actual Play. I'm Daniel. I'm continuing my original Dungeons & Dragons campaign using Chainmail and Outdoor Survival. In this episode, we're going to focus on our Master Mapper, Vonnie. She's new at being a Master Mapper, and we're going to send out a couple of her mappers in this episode and see if they can bring back some good maps. Okay, it's February 24th. Vonnie is sending out her first mapper as a Master Mapper. She has up to 3 mappers, or she has 3 mappers currently working for her. Maybe we'll get all 3 of them out today. It depends on how long this takes, really. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by determining where the potential maps are, the potential treasures, I should say. So I'm going to roll 7d6, and we're going to place them accordingly. So I have 1 in 6, 2 in 5, 3 in 3, and 1 in 2. Okay, so again, I'm going to close my eyes and just kind of move these around. Do that one separately. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oop, flip one over. Okay. And this one. Okay. All right, so they're placed. Now we're going to roll to see where our mapper comes in. This is the yet unnamed mapper. I like them to complete at least one map mission before I... Actually, when I do this, I probably should do this anyways. If they're kind of in between, I try to put them actually in a hex. So that one will get there. That one's there. That way, if I go after it, I'm not tempted to move it to where I want it to be. All right. Where am I coming in? Four. Okay, right here. Ooh. That is not great. It's not the worst possible place to come in, but it's definitely not great because much like all the other mappers when they're first level, being able to get very far would not be good. I mean, this would have been nice to be here this time. Okay, well, it is where it is. So I'm coming in on 4 with 6. This is basically the center is where the house is. And obviously we're going to go after this map. I don't think it's possible, even if we get really lucky to get this map, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 1 day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 2 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, if we have total control, that would be 3 days. And then again, assuming we don't get messed up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, it would. It's one of those situations where if we get a 1 or a 2, even once, we don't make it. So let us see what we roll, and maybe we'll try to go after that one. I think the smart move, though, which is whatever, is going to be to go after this one first and then try to land back on the house. And if we manage it, then we'll try to get that one. So again, February 21st, day 1. We're running through this. The first thing we do is roll a d6. It was the thing I said we didn't want to get. Well, in this case, it's not going to really matter. It seems to me the best way to get to where we're going. Okay, so it costs 2 points to go through the woods. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get me there. If I did this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then the next time I turn, 1, 2. Oh, but see, I can't. Yeah, you have to end on the path. I think I'm better off going this way. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This turns down to a 5. Did we find water on a 1 or a 2? We do. We do not. Okay, so both food and water go down. Where in the woods is there a random encounter? In the woods is a random encounter on a 5 or a 6. There is. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got an encounter in the woods. Put it down very gently, just in case I go up there, although I doubt I will. We're going to roll a d8. 1. Men. Okay. What kind of men? 8. A superhero. Okay, that's interesting. Well, no matter what, we always try to avoid encounters, so... But a superhero has potential to actually not be chaotic. So let's just start off by figuring out how many. Now, there's from 2 to 12 men with any fighting men, magic users, etc. So we're going to roll 2 to 12 to figure out our kind of number appearing here for our evasion. Okay, 6, which is basically dead center at 50%, then plus him. So we're going to count at 26 to 50. 26 to 60, rather. So one person evading, the one, right? And then 26 to 60, 70%. We are in the woods, so that adds 25%. So there's a 95% chance to evade them, assuming that we are not surprised. So let's see. Are we surprised or are they surprised? Both parties are surprised, which means that nobody is surprised, so we have a 95% chance to evade them. $44, we do. Now we're going to check to see if it's their lair, which I think I forgot to do last time I ran the mapper, but if there's the lair, then we'll mark it on the map. Otherwise, I mean, it's only a 15% chance with men. 80. So no, not their lair. Okay, that's the end of that. Now, next step. We don't want to slow down our movement. So I think what I'm going to do, I have a bit of a plan here. Assuming we don't roll a 1 or a 2. I should never start off by saying that. 4, okay, good. So on a roll of a 3 or a 4, you can turn once. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn 4, 5, 6. Now I did not stop on the food, so I won't reset, but I did go across it, so I don't lose food or water. Now this goes down to 4, and we're going to go here and roll to see if there's a random encounter. There is not, because in the plane there's only 1 on a 6. That's the end of that day. Okay, next day. Again, as long as I don't roll a 1 or a 2. 1 or 2 sucks. Oh, 6 is actually exactly what I want to roll. Okay, so 1, 2, and I'm going to stop on top of the treasure map. Ooh. The ones that have special stuff written on it are automatically treasure and magic, so that's good. So I stop there, and now we're going to switch this back down to 3. Okay. And I did not get food nor water. Now this drops into the next life level, which means I switch to this, which means I only have 5 movement. That's not great. I think that where it was. Okay. Is there an encounter? On a path, I think on a path there's only an encounter on a 6. I count paths as rivers, so 5 or 6 is an encounter on the path. No encounter. Okay. Next day. Actually, I don't know if I can get back to the house. I'll try. D6 roll. 5. 5 means we can turn once. So I'm in this hex, right? I've got to go out here in order to not have to walk through the woods. Now, I could go this way. If I had 2 dice, I'd probably risk it and get up here, but I just don't think it's possible for me to do it. So I'm going to go 1 hex this way. I only have 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't stop there, unfortunately. I do pass food, so my food doesn't go down. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Before I make that go down to 5, actually, there's on a 1 or a 2, I found water. I didn't, okay. So same thing today. On a 1 or a 2, I find water. I do not. Okay, so this drops down to here. That drops down. I'm in the plane. Do I have an encounter? Two, I do not. This does drop down to 2 now, though. Okay. And that's the end of that day. So I've got 2 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's possible for me to... Actually, on the next move, I'm going to lose 2 life levels, which will bring me down to 4 movement. 1, 2, 5, 6. I'm going to risk it. Here we go. 2. 2 means I have to move my full movement in the straight direction. Well, I may have just killed myself. I can't go this way. Well, actually, I can. It'll just take me off the board. So in outdoor survival, if it will take you off the board, you can choose to just not move. I mean, I could just move a different direction, obviously. But if I do that, but I can choose to move off the board because that's okay with me. So now's the real decision. If I go like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's as far as I can go because I only have 5 movement, right? This will drop down to 1. My water won't drop, but my food will, which will give me still 5 movement. Then the next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can't move there because I don't have enough movement. I don't get food, but I do pass through water so it doesn't go down. That goes to 1. Now, here's the thing. If I have an encounter here, I may be completely screwed. I guess I didn't calculate that in, but I already made the move, so here we go. In the woods, there's an encounter on a 5 or a 6. 1, no encounter. Whew, okay. Here we go. Actually, no matter what I roll, I'm good. 6. I have 5 movement. Oh, I never switched that, which I should have, because C is still 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I end up on the house. Now, here's the thing. This is where I could still die. If I roll an encounter here and I get chased off the hex, then I'll die. No encounter. Okay, so with no encounter, this resets to 6. This jumps back here. This jumps back here. Gives me 1 life level back, which puts me here. Okay, and day goes by. Now, I have a choice to make. If I decide to, the whole reason why I did this was I was going to try to go for that one. So so the only way I can pull this off is I'm going to have to sit here. When you sit and don't move, there's 2 chances for wandering monsters. So let's roll 2 wandering monsters in the plains. If I get any 6s, it's a wandering monster. No wandering monster. So with that, this stays where it is. This jumps to here. This goes to here. Okay. And a day goes by. I'm going to try it again because I have to have full strength if I'm going to pull this off. No wandering monster. Okay. So again, you might be thinking, I think Mark the Meek talked about this on his podcast, like, why wouldn't you just do that? Well, the only downside to this really is that time is going by, right? Or if I was playing with other mappers on the same board, they might take the maps. But in this case, it's just time going by, which isn't a huge deal really, but it is. All right, here we go. This is tricky. I'm going to just make it if I roll everything perfectly. Now, if I roll a 1 or a 2 right now, I cannot do it. It's just impossible for me to do it. So let's see what happens. 2. All right. And the reason I say that is because I just can't, right? I have to move full in one direction. So 1, 2, 3. If I do this, 4, 5, I stop. There's just not enough movement because remember I counted it. 5, I stop here, right? This will go down to a 5. I'm just going to play it out. And then assuming I roll something that I can turn the next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm there. That drops down to a 4, right? Then again, assuming now 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 6, 7. I can't move into that hex. See how I lost the thing? So I basically cannot do it. It's just impossible. The only way I could do it, and this might just be a waste of time, is if I move out here, try to circle back around and reset myself again. I'll give myself 1 turn to do it. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stop there. This is how I end up killing my character. That goes down to a 5. I mark the day off. Food goes down. Did I find water? I did not. Okay, so basically I need to roll a 6 here, or else I can't. Oh no, actually, actually, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then that'd be 5, 6. I'd end up in the woods. So it's just not. Well, hold on a second. Could I have done this? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, because I can't turn twice. So yeah, I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I leave the board. That day goes by. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So that's the 25th, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. Oh, no, there's not 30th. So March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So on March 5th, this mapper returns, okay? And they've recovered a Magic Plus treasure. So that means when you get Magic and Treasure map, you get to roll on both tables. Let's see, what do we got here? So this is going to be a D8, 8, so 3 and 7. 3 is 1 and 2, so 10 to 40,000 silver. 10,000 silver. 2 is 5 to 30,000 gold, so 5,000 gold. Okay. And then 7 is, wow, okay, 10 to 60 gems. This could be good. 30 gems. And yes, I mean, you could roll 10. That'd be 10d6. Should I do that? Is that more fun? Let's do that. I have 5. So that's 10, 15, 17, 27, 38, 41. Got slightly more by doing it that way. I'm not going to roll all the gems live here because the gems take a while. 41, and then 2 to 20 jewelry. 18 jewelry. Wow, okay, this is a good map. All right. And magic. D8 on the magic. 5. Any 2 items. First item. 10 is a sword. 47. Sword plus 1, locate objects ability. And the second one is 3, which is another magic sword. Huh, 2 magic swords. 98. Ooh, a cursed sword. Obviously, they don't know it's cursed. Okay. That's a very good map. So I think I might have forgot to do this the last time I was filming, but once I find a map, I then mark it on the board with 2 directions. So I come in like this and I measure it. So that's 3.5 up. And then I measure from whichever side of the board is less than 12. So this side in this case. So this is 9.5. So this map is 3.5 up, 9.5 over. So I know it's messy writing, but you can see how I designate the map. And this map is part of Vonnie's crew. Okay, since I don't have a character record for that mapper yet anyways, it doesn't actually matter. I'll just put him to the side and we can do another one. So let's reset. All right, it is February 24th. Vonnie, the master mapper, is sending out the second of her mappers, another unnamed mapper, since they haven't had any successful missions yet. And we're going to do our normal setup. So again, we roll 7 d6, which is going to give us the positioning of our various potential treasure locations. Okay, 2 in 1. 1 and 2. 2 and 3. 1 and 4. No, 1 and 6. Sorry, this is 6 and 1 and 4. There we go. Okay, those are the positions. Again, I randomly close my eyes and kind of randomly put them. I feel like I always kind of put them in the same spot, so I'm trying to. Okay. Okay. All right. And finally, okay. All right. Okay, those are our potential treasure locations. Now we're going to roll to see where our mapper comes in. 2. 2 is this section, and we're going to roll even, odd. Odd. Okay. So I'm going to come in the center over here. So the way this works, so this is another challenging one because this map looks like it might be pretty easy to get. This one as well. But they'll need to charge up at this house, which might be very difficult to do. So we will see what they're able to pull off. Okay, day 1. Let's see what we got. Again, roll a d6 to see their movement. 2. Okay, so I have to move my full allotted movement, great, in one direction without stopping. Huh. So I think the smart thing to do for me, if I went like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd be stuck because I couldn't get there. I'd end in the mountain, which is bad for, for encounters. That's 1. The only other direction I can really go in a straight line is this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that takes 3. So what will actually happen is I'll stop here in the plains. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. This switches to 5. Now we did not pass through food or water, so I'm going to roll to see if we found water. We did. Okay. So mark the day. Oops, this should be back here. Food moves down 1 because we didn't get any food, but we did get water. Now we're in the open or the clear. We're going to roll for a random encounter. There is 1 on a 6. No encounter. Okay, that's a good first day. Now, because we had that kind of forced move, we need to consider our plan. I mean, we can definitely circle around if we need to get to this guy. There is a path here, but again, I don't know if that's ideal for us to take. This guy is kind of in the open, but near water, which is kind of good because we can refresh our water if we go that direction. And then there's this guy. So let's think for a second. If I just consider straight movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll have to do some finesse in order to get that one because I can't land right on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, same thing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't get on that one. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any direct, like if I just get 2 good rolls, I can land on something. So no matter which way I'm going to have to finesse it a little bit. Since there is potential for water down here, and that's the thing that seems to get you the most of the water here too, though. I think I'm going to go for this one because then I can head back and try to hit that house. So let's make our move. Day 2. 6. Oh, okay. Well, actually, this might work to my advantage because 6 allows you to move as far as you want, right? You don't have to use all your movement. So let me reconsider this. If I count backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I can end up here, right? I'll recount it again to make sure. Then my next move, I can land on that for sure. So let's think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's where I want to stop. So temporarily, I'm going to put myself, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to half mark myself so I don't screw it up. I don't want to, I'll use a die. I just want to show you all what I'm doing. I want to make it clear what I'm doing. Actually, I'm not going to get this treasure over here. So let me just, let me just use this as a marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I stop here, Then next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So assuming everything goes well here, I know this was over there somewhere. Again, I'm not going to get that one because it's actually, since I don't know where it was, I'm just going to put it over there. Okay, so anyways, this goes down to 4. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's roll to see if I find water. 6, I do not find water. So my water goes down 1. My food goes down 1. I mark this. Now I'm going to roll for an encounter. On a 6 is an encounter in the clear. No encounter. Okay, good. All right, so far so good. Next day. Of course, after this, my water level is going to go down unless I get really lucky. Here we go. 5. Okay, so with this one, I have to move my full movement and I can turn once, but I don't need to turn, so I'm not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This flips over no matter what happens because I found it. That's step 1. Step 2 is we move this to 3. Step 3 is we mark this. Step 4 is we roll to see if we found water, which we did not. And of course, we didn't find food either. So this now switches to this token. Which is 5 movement. I think that's the same spot, right? Actually, nope. Now we roll for an encounter, potential. We're in the clear, there's an encounter on a 6. Oof, okay. We have an encounter. Now, we are in the clear, so we're going to roll to see what it is. It's a D8. 5. 5 is bandits. Okay. Now, I know, but I guess I'll show. All men, basically, so bandits fall into that category, are going to be from 30 to 300, which is basically a D10 times 30. And what's really important here is the percentage. 9. Okay. So there's 90% of that number there, which is good for us. And the reason for that is because evasion is based on numbers. The larger the group is you're trying to evade, the easier it is. So when we look at this and we go, one person is trying to evade with our mapper, there's over 60%. We have a 90% chance to evade them. Now, all that is true unless we are surprised. So we're going to roll now to see if we are surprised or the bandits are surprised. The bandits are surprised. Okay, so that gives us... I have been playing we automatically evade them, but I was actually reading it again, and it says surprised by party means that evasion chances are doubled. I think the reason why I had it stuck in my mind was automatic, because usually the evasion is close to 50%. So basically I have 180% to evade them, which is, I don't need to roll. However, I am going to roll to see if it's their lair. There's a 15% chance this is their lair, like a bandit camp. 74, it is not. Okay. So we encounter some bandits. They're just on the move. All right. Next day. So here's how this is going to play out. I'm going to try to get here. If it seems reasonable, I'm going to go for it. Otherwise, I'm just going to come off the board, and that's going to be the end of it. So here we go. Because there's no way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, even if I got real lucky, I wouldn't make it across there to that other one. Okay, 3. So 3 means that I move my full movement and I can turn once. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm going to go... I'm tempted to go 1 this way. That way, if I have to evade, I don't end up in the woods. But if I do that, when I move next time, it's going to be bad. So I'm going to go 6. So I'm there. All right. So now, that's the end of that turn. This goes down to 2. So again, it doesn't seem hopeful that we're going to get more than 1 map. But that's often the way with these things. Did I find water? I did not. So that drops down. My food also drops down. So I lose another life level. And now I'm at C. C is still 5. Oh, actually, I was only moving 5. I'll put myself back there. C is also only 5 movement. Okay. Yeah, I don't even think it's possible for me to. Okay. Did that, did that, did that. Now we check for a wandering monster. On a 6, there's a wandering monster. Yeah, I only counted if it's inside the box. 3, no. Okay, next day. 5. Okay, so 5 means I can turn once. 2, 3. Comes right by the way. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can turn once. So I'm going to stop there. Boop, I'm not even trying for that house. I can't make it. Okay, do I find water? I do not. So I lose 1 more life level. This drops down. Now I move to 4 movement, which means I can still get off the board as long as I don't roll terribly here. So if we get a wandering monster here, then if I don't avoid it, I'm basically going to be dead. No wandering monster. Okay, next day. No matter what I roll here, I'm good to go. I roll a 6. I can move as much or as little as I want. I move off the board. Okay, so that was 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 1st. So that's March 1st. Okay, so on March 1st, we get off the board. We found 1 map. And what we do is we measure the location of the map. Okay. It's like 1.5. 4. Okay. So the map is notated as 1.5 down, 4 over. And now we're going to see what kind of map it is. Now, because it's just a regular blank, I'm going to roll to see what kind of map it is. So the way we do that is percentile. $77 gives me a magic map. Magic map good for PCs, not great for mappers. Because the magic doesn't usually have as much XP value for them. Okay, so we're going to roll a D8. Let's hope for an 8. Wow, a D8 is crazy. 2, 1 item. All right. $17 is a sword. 77 is sword plus 2. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. So, again, this mapper comes back on 3-1. So that means that's when this map will be available. There's a sword plus 2, and that's the location. So that's pretty good. 2 of Vonnie's mappers have gone out and returned. We haven't had a casualty yet. They have 1 more mapper that they can send out, which I don't think I'll be able to do today, which is February 24th. So at some point, possibly before March 1st, I'll send the other mapper out, or I'll wait till the 1st and I'll just send 2 out, or I'll wait till the 5th and send 3 out. But right now, between Vonnie and our other mapper master, I should say, Cedric, we have 3 maps in play for our player characters once they get to March 1st, which of course they haven't, because today's the 24th of February. So depending on when we play next, we'll figure that out. If you've been enjoying these actual plays, and I hope you have if you got this far, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, share it, do all that good stuff that you do on YouTube. Also, be sure to check out the description below. You're going to find links to my Discord server. Jump over there, lots of great people over there, and my Patreon if you want to support the channel. I'll talk to you soon.